Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Mr.Cygnus back again for yet another audio commentary for WCReplays.com. Alright, why don't you guys go ahead and get the game paused at the 8-minute mark, the game labeled Micro. We're going to go ahead and do the endgame analysis at the beginning of the commentary today. Yeah, just do things a little backwards, but, you know, I have a couple reasons for that. I'm going to tell you guys about who I'm playing today. Today I'm going to be playing with Rainy, who's also known as SK Seaweed, also known as Smurfette. Not really too sure what his level is. I believe it's in the high 40s or something like that. Very Gosu guy. I believe he's undefeated versus Showtime Wera. Beating up a lot of high-level people out there. Anyways, he's a very micro-intensive player. And I don't know if for the many of you who have listened to my first audio commentary at the end, I did something about APM and about micro and all that stuff. And I made an example of a Priestess of the Moon Huntress versus Huntress battle, and about how micro can pretty much determine or swing the battle into your favor if you're at a disadvantage. Well, the two of us had not much really to do, so we decided, hey, you know, let's make an example of this. So basically, here's what we're doing. In the beginning of the game, Seaweed is going to build a 50-food army, as am I. We're going to get a level 3 Priestess of the Moon, 1/1 upgrades on everything, 4 Lista, 7 Huntress, and no items. So any items picked up in the creeping process, we're just go ahead and discard those, as we don't want to give either side any specific advantage except for myself. As for myself, I will be buying a scroll of protection and a scroll of healing. And basically what's going to happen is the two of us are going to line up our armies, and we're going to go ahead and meet in the middle of the map. And basically I'm going to do nothing but sit back and enjoy the show, as Smurfette is going to be microing his ass off and try and pull out a victory out of the big huge disadvantage that he has. So this should be like an ideal example of how micro pretty much can, you know, win or lose it for you, you know. So you should pretty much pay attention to this and work on your micro when it comes to any of your games in the future. And right now I am fixing the sound so I don't have a bunch of background noise, and I'm pretty behind. So nothing really important happens up to the 8-minute mark. Basically we do the standard creeping and building a Huntress and stuff. So yeah, that's alright. As for the patch, I haven't really noticed any big changes in the Night Elf versus Night Elf matchup. It's pretty much the same. So this build in this example here is pretty much the standard that you will see in a Night Elf versus Night Elf matchup. The reason being is because if you try a tech, it can be really risky, because Huntress with Glaive Thrower and offensive Ancient Protectors early into the game can pretty much destroy you, even if you have a Demon Hunter. And basically, being you can't buy the Boots of Speed and the Circlet, it's even riskier. So you can't really even hope to defend with just your Demon Hunter, as I used to do all the time. So I actually was able to pull it off quite a few times, but it takes a lot of work. So generally the best way to go is just go Priestess of the Moon or Warden as your first hero, build Mass Huntress and Glaive Thrower. Alright, so let's just go ahead and get this unpaused in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Alright, 8-minute mark, 1/1 upgrades, 4 Lista, 7 Huntress, level 3 Priestess of the Moon. We're meeting up. My opponent. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about here. Alright, basically what we're going to do is we're going to run into each other, and I'm not going to micro at all, and Smurfette's going to be doing mad micro. And basically I'm going to burn a scroll of protection at the beginning, and I'm going to burn a scroll of healing in the middle of the battle. So technically I should win this battle, but as you will see, I don't. So alright, let's go. Let's get this show on the road. Okay, he yells go. So I burn the scroll and I run. I'm running into him. List is going off. He positions himself so that he's taking minimal damage. Glaive throwers of his are smashing into my hunters, as you can see, doing full damage. He's doing an excellent job at microing his own hunters out of the way. As you'll see, he's running them back and forth every time a glaive is starting to be launched, so that he doesn't take that full brunt of siege damage. We have a pretty even army still. As you will see, we've just about lost everything. Both of us lose our remaining huntresses at this point. As for myself, I'm still doing nothing. I'm just like drinking a Coke, and I type yeah, because obviously he did an excellent job at owning my whole army there. So he runs behind my Lista, so I can't shoot him. And that's that. Well, basically you'll see right here, he is left with one glaive thrower and his hero. He could have TP'd out of the way, you know, say this was a real game, and easily saved his hero and maybe a couple of units. But basically this was a great example of how micro can really turn around the game for you. So if you're at a disadvantage and you decide to turn on the afterburners and start pumping that mouse button pretty fast, you can really turn it out for yourself. And this goes good not only for mirror matches, but excellent for other matchups as well. So I'll continue talking as we get ready and pause at the 15-second mark in the second game. Again, I will be playing Smurfette in this game. Same map, same positions. I was talking to Smurfette on Ventrilo, and I was like, yeah, I got this really good strategy, you know, I'm practically undefeated with it, you know, I've been owning everybody with it, and I'm pretty happy with it. And he's like, alright noob, you know, let's go ahead and play, and, you know, we're teasing each other and stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna show you what's up, and make you look stupid. So I was like, alright dude, put your money where your mouth is, let's start playing. So basically, we're out for blood this game. So, as you can see, yeah, alright, so once you guys go ahead and get this pause, I'm going to change my mind, get it paused at the 45-second mark, as I'm pretty lazy about that. So alright, here we are, 45-second mark, okay. So I'm going to give you guys a few seconds to sync up on that. As you can see, the map is Twisted Meadows, blah 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 blah. Alright, unpause in 3, 2, 1, unpause. Okay, which is pretty nice about the 1.15 version of this map is the tavern's in the middle, which makes it pretty convenient for you to get your neutral hero. I hated that stupid you have to run around and try and, you know, like run through the lines there and try and get your stupid hero out from those creeps or whatever. So, you had to pull a Jerry Rice just to get your Beastmaster out of the tavern. But anyways, they replaced those two taverns with a couple of goblin merchants, which is nice, so you can buy yourself a scroll of healing and a scroll of protection before engaging your enemy. Alright, so we're trying to scout each other out. Smurfette likes to scout 2 wisps, I like to scout with 1, because the map is, you know, there's 3 other spots, and if you're not in one, you're not in the other, the process of elimination says you're generally in the unscouted position. So that's why I scout with 1. I'd rather have the quick wood. As you will see at 18 food, I'm going to be doing a tech. That's right, I'm quick teching with the Demon Hunter. What a shock. Alright, Smurfette's getting the Priestess of the Moon. He's doing the AOW Huntress build. Usually that goes like this, something like Altar, Moonwell, then it goes Ancient War, Huntress Hall at 160 wood, then you build another Moonwell, and then after you build that Moonwell, you build a second AOW, and you start pumping Huntress from there. As for my build, I tech to tier 2 at 18 food, and I build a Moonwell, and then right after that I get 120 wood and I build 2 AOWs, and you will see why later. As for right now, I'm mana burning the crap out of the Priestess of the Moon. You're probably wondering why exactly am I mana burning the Priestess of the Moon, being that she is not using any spells that require mana. Well, it's because in case you guys did not know, moon wells take 2 points of mana to replenish every 1 point of mana, and 1 point of moon juice to replenish 2 points of health. So if I can make him use his moon wells, that's good for me. But then again, you're probably saying, well, why bother? Because you're going to end up using your own moon wells as well. Well, of course, my mana burn does damage to the Priestess of the Moon, so it all balances out pretty evenly. Or pretty unevenly in my favor. That's the correct way to say it. So, alright, so he's just looking around. He runs out of my base. You know, he's toying with me a little bit. But he can do that. He's Gosu like that. And, so yeah, he's pumping out the Huntress. He's going for the Ultra Vision upgrade. Night Elf should always upgrade that upgrade. I mean, it gives you a huge advantage at night. You know, it's only 50 lumber and 50 gold. So, go ahead and research it. It gives you a nice advantage. You can creep freely at night, and it gives you more of a chance to get out of the way in case you're going to get creep jacked. Well, anyways, I was doing a little bit of continuing the harassment by running into his base, but as you will see, Smurfette is toying with me a little bit, making me look stupid as he's holding my Demon Hunter in his base. So, of course, he doesn't have enough units to surround, but that doesn't really matter. So, basically, he's focusing down and using one Huntress to block me from running away. Talk about incredible micro. So, alright, so I finally get out. So, basically, I'm going to try and fool him into thinking I'm running away, because obviously I'm not going to run a practically full health Demon Hunter away when I can do some nice harassment. So, he's going for the quick expo creep there. I figured he would. I have a wisp there just in case. I do notice a nice item drop, so I'm going to try and run back in there and take it. Unfortunately, he picks it up, so I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to go in there and see if I can get a mana burn off. I see the Tome of Experience, and oh la la, thank you very much. So alright, so I steal the Tome of Experience, unable to run out of the way. He almost surrounds me, so I'm going to have to head out the other direction. Creeps are banging on me pretty hard. Demon Hunter's looking pretty bad. So he does the pretty smart move. This is pretty slick, actually. Runs 3 Huntress after my Demon Hunter, so I think that his whole army's following me. So here I am chuckling, you know, and I'm laughing. Alright, cool, I'm going to get away. All of a sudden, hey, surprise, stupid. Here I am. So down goes the Demon Hunter. So I lose the Demon Hunter. I gain the Tome of Experience, but then again, he gains the experience from killing my Demon Hunter. It cost me 170 gold. So, wasn't too good of a harassment. Could have been better. Alright, so right now he's creeping again. Of course, that's a convenient spot to do it. As for myself, hey, check it out. I'm making Druid of the Talon, archers, and I hired a couple ranged mercs. And, yep, you guys are probably thinking, well, that's really freaking stupid. And then you'll notice, hey, I have a Panda Brunemaster. Now I'm going to put 2 and 2 together for you guys. This is why my strategy works so well. Basically, if they tech, well, that's a no-brainer for me. I take like 5 archers, and of course Demon Hunter is going to beat Demon Hunter with 5 archers. So basically, I kill their hero, put up like 3 or 4 APs offensively inside their base, pump archers and rally them to my hero, keep my hero alive, and just wait for my APs to pop up and win. Now, what's much harder for me to do is trying to stop Mass Huntress with a Priestess of the Moon. Huntress, of course, doing normal damage and well, not really splash, but they got that bouncing glaive thing. Can rip up mass archers pretty fast. Being archers are very low hit points and are normal armored, so they take extra damage from normal attacks. But as you'll see, my Panda Brewmaster, the skill of choice is Drunken Haze. I picked that because at level 3, well, level 1, level 2, of course, it's really strong, but at level 3, it's 80% chance to miss, 50% slow. Takes away from the Huntress speed, so the Huntress doesn't have speed to its advantage anymore. And number 2, the 80% chance to miss. I mean, it's like your army's practically dealing no damage to me at all with Drunken Haze on it. And being that my Demon Hunter has 20% chance to miss, say one of the hunters does manage to get an attack off, it has another 20% chance to miss my demon hunter, so practically not taking any damage at all. As for my second skill in the Panda Brewmaster, I pick Drunken Brawler. The reason I pick Drunken Brawler, of course, is for the evade and the extra damage that he does have a chance to deal. The second reason I picked Drunken Brawler over the fire deal or whatever, because the downfall of Drunken Haze, because it is such a strong spell, it has a very short duration and it costs a lot of mana to cast. So if I cast Drunken Haze and I cast the Burn, you know, I'm only get those 2 spells off, Drunken Haze is going to wear off, and I lose the advantage of the evasion, which I need in order to keep my mass archers and Druid of the Talon alive from the mass glaive throwers and Huntress. Well, I'll get more into that in a second. As you'll notice, I'm about to get owned. So he catches me on a way to creep, so basically the only choice I have is to TP out of the way as fast as possible, as he does surround my army. Anytime you ever get surrounded by someone else's army, you should be running or TPing out of the way ASAP. If he was to attack me head on, which most people generally do, which is the dumbest thing you can do against mass ranged, is they end up getting owned, because I use Drunken Haze and I use my 2 tanking frontline heroes to hold them off, while my ranged army does the extra damage from piercing and the extra damage from the fairy fire. Anyways, he runs in. He has a big advantage here because now he's all in my face and my archers are taking it in the places that are naughty. And as for myself, I'm trying the best I can to try and micro and focus down on as many huntresses as possible. Those mercs are pretty nice. One goes down, but that other merc is still dealing some nice damage. Drunken Haze going off. He's trying to run his Huntress out of the way, but they can't make it, being he's sandwiched in between my base. So he's forced to use a TP. That was probably a mistake of his to be running into my base like that. He should probably wait for me to leave before he tries to engage my army. Then again, waiting too long gives me more of an advantage, as I can get more Druid of the Talon out. So basically, I noticed I felt that I had a little bit of an advantage here, so I thought it'd be a good idea for me to clear out an expansion and put one up there. So anyways, back to my strategy. It takes a bit of micro to keep from getting sandwiched in between Huntress. So basically what I try and do is I use the Drunken Haze to slow down my opponent's Huntress as much as possible, so that I can position my archers far enough away that I can focus fire down on each individual Huntress, bringing it down really fast. Fairy Fire brings the armor down 5, which, you know, is of course really awesome. Archers deal extra damage to unarmored units. Of course, everyone knows Huntress are unarmored. So, alright. Okay, I cleared up the expansion. I'm about to put one up right now. I'm going to try and get this shop cleared out. As you'll notice, Smurfette's bringing his army back up. So he's got 3 Wisps. It looks like a bunch of Huntress, 1/1 upgrades. I don't know, he might be using some offensive tower action here, or he might be using those Wisps to dispel the Fairy Fire on his own Huntress, or to detonate them off on my own units if needed. So anyways, he sees I'm back up in my base, so he runs out of the way. I guess he learned his lesson the first time. I have quite a significant army here. I have no upgrades at the moment, but then again, I am at a tech advantage, so I have ranged archers and Druid of the Talon initiate mode. He's running back. I mean, there's no point. He can see I have a really nice army, and if I'm sandwiched inside my base, there's nothing he can really do about it without Ballista. So right now he's pumping out a couple more Huntress. He's going to buy Scroll Protection and Scroll of Healing. And as for myself, I thought he was shadow melded outside my base. I saw his Wisp right there, so I figured I'd chase that down for a second and leave her on the other side. So he's heading back up. He shadow melds in front of my base, which I expected him to do before. So there he is. He's sitting there. And I don't see him, so I'm going to go ahead and creep. So I aggro those creeps right there. Focus fire down on those. And I'm like, oh crap, there he is. So he burns the Scroll of Protection, so I'm like, oh crap, better run my crap out of the way. So he sandwiches my heroes in, so I'm going, oh shit. I killed my own Druid of the Talon for no specific reason at all. I burn a Scroll of Protection and Scroll of Healing off of my weakened units. he goes ahead and detonates on those. I cast the Drunken Haze. Creeps are still pissed at me, so they're turning around banging on me, so I'm going to run back, just kill those, get them out of my face. Priestess of the Moon, doing a little bit of focus fire action on my Panda Brewmaster. I do notice he does get focus fired a lot by other people because of his low armor, and they want to keep that Drunken Haze off of them, so right now he's going to focus on my Panda again. I'm going to go ahead and run my army out of the way. Okay, Panda Brewmaster is about to go down, so I'm trying to run him out of the way as fast as possible. Priestess of the Moon focusing down. 5 health, thank you, Drunken Brawler. So he almost gets away, but Mana Burn goes off on the Priestess, so Priestess goes down. He turns around, kills that item on the floor, so I can't have it. So basically he's forced to run back. I'm left with a bit of an advantage here. And he did get pretty pissed off at this point. So, oh well. Alright, as for myself, I'm going to go ahead and buy a few items. And go back and pick up that tome. Yeah, baby. Alright, so I have a I have a potion of invulnerability on my Demon Hunter, and I have a scroll of healing, scroll of protection. He buys back his Priestess of the Moon. So he's going ahead and run that back to his base, of course. I guess he's stopping off in the shop. He's going to buy himself a scroll of healing and a scroll of protection. So he's sitting pretty. As for myself, I'm just kind of hanging out in the middle, just trying to make sure my expansion's up and running, which it is. Alright, so I don't know exactly what I'm doing here, but it could turn out bad if I didn't fix it. So there, I go ahead and I'm going to fix it. Yeah, let's not do that. Alright, so here he comes. There he goes. And here he comes again. Alright, so he's going to run at me. And I see him coming, so I'm like, alright dude, you want a piece? So he runs up and he does something pretty slick here. He splits up his army and he runs it around to my back line. So we both burn the scroll of protection. I got a little hasty and burned the scroll of healing a little prematurely, but it's alright. And as you will see, here I am getting sandwiched again. I'm casting the Drunken Haze, yeah, that's good. I got the Fairy Fire and a Focus Fire on his Huntress going off. And I'm trying to mana burn his Priestess as much as possible, because that Searing Arrow does a lot of damage at level 2 and level 3. So right now, he did an awesome job of turning the tides. I mean, his micro is great. Look at that, he just ran his weak Huntress out of the way. He managed to sandwich me in. Here he is going to sandwich me again. I picked off that weak Huntress real fast. He almost has my Demon Hunter, so I'm going to be forced to turn around and cast Drunken Haze again. He's doing that Huntress in front blocking maneuver again. That's really good, man. I'm going to learn how to do that. That's badass, dude. That so pissed me off, too, man. Like, he was running his Huntress in front of me. I'm like, you go-to motherfucker. Get that shit out of my face. So anyways, I'm running back to my base, and not looking too good for me. So I heal up, use a bit of the Moonwell abuse. Yeah, alright, so I pump out a few archers, get a couple Druid of the Talon out, so he runs out. I do have the expansion up, and unfortunately he's been pressuring me so hard during the whole game, he's yet to get his own expansion up. So, if you have the advantage, like, hint hint, Smurfette, maybe you should put up an expansion right now, that would be cool. But he's pumping out the mass Huntress. That's always kind of a problem when you're in a heated game, you know. It's not that he forgot his expansion, or maybe he did. It's you need to make that decision, you know. It looks like I'm at a huge advantage. What, should I press my advantage by attacking, or should I expand? You know, if you expand, you give your opponent that window of opportunity to replenish his army, which I am right now. So, but if he was to beef up a bunch of Huntress and run back in there, he could probably finish me off right now. So we're about to see what happens right now. So he gets the Scroll of Protection and the Scroll of Healing, which you've probably heard from me about 100 times. Maybe you guys will pick up on that and realize how important a Scroll of Protection and a Scroll of Healing can be in a battle. You will see that generally most the good players buy that stuff. I got the expansion coming up, so pumping out units really isn't too difficult. Right now he's deciding whether to attack me or not right now. I'm not really sure what he's doing. He's kind of running in awkward directions. I'm pretty sure he doesn't have drunken haze on him. Alright. So he's running back. He saw me right there, so he's just gonna kind of run back real fast. And he's gonna run back up. And I'm not doing jack nada. I'm just in my base. Bought a scroll. No, brought a potion of healing. Alright, he's gonna go ahead and check for an expo. That's a good idea. I bought a merc, so the merc is running up there, and the merc says, "What's up, Priestess of the Moon?" So I'm like, "Oh shit, I better run down there and try and save that expo." So, alright, I didn't burn the town portal scroll because I figured I was really close and I'd get there before he'd kill it. But I guess wrong, as you'll notice this expo goes down pretty fast. So he just TPs out of the way, down goes the expo, and I just lost my expo. That's pretty sad. So I'm like, alright, that sucks. So I'm going to go ahead and put that one back up again. I have enough gold to do so. That's the huge advantage the Priestess of the Moon and the Mass Huntress strategy has over my strategy. Is my strategy requires me to move methodically. I have to move my army slow so that I don't get jacked. And I have to move my army... I'm saying this as I'm doing the stupidest crap right now. Anyways, basically, if I was playing smart, what I have to do is move my army so that I don't get creep jacked. Because if he has to run his quick huntress like in between my army, he can lay waste to everything I have. And that really sucks. So you don't want that to happen to you. So you gotta be pretty smart in how you move. Opposed to Smurfette, he can just take his army and like run like super top speed like right into my base and just like deal massive damage and run out of the way before I can even do anything. I could throw a teleport scroll in there and he can be out of my base before I even get there. So that's the advantage of having the Huntress. And the Glaive Thrower, of course, are cool like that, you know. Here I am, I'm like Archer running through there, like, alright, I'm like, okay, I guess I know where he is now. So anyways, he's going to do something pretty slick. I've seen him do this quite a few times, and man, this is awesome. He's going to run in there, and if you notice, my tree Aegis has 7 armor. Alright, it has 7 armor, and I'm about to be repairing the hell out of it. And I TP in there. So he focuses down, does a little bit of micro action here, focuses down on my tree, casts a scroll of protection, and I guess he might even burn that scroll of healing too. No, he doesn't. He just burns a teleport scroll, and he's out. There goes my tree of eternity, down like nothing. So, as far as he knows, I lost both my trees. So, I should have like no money, and I can't rebuild it. So, that's awesome. I've seen him do that a few times. That's pretty slick. Run into somebody's base, and like they can't even do anything about it. You can't repair because the bouncing glaives bounces right off of your wisps that are trying to repair, and being your wisp have normal armor, they take hella damage. So all your wisp die, and then your tree dies, and then you're like, shit. So you don't want that to happen to you. So it's a good idea to maybe have some scout wisps out there, like I didn't do. But you know, live and learn. So here I am. I'm like, okay, I better do something because I better kill him like right now, because I just lost my tree and I don't have my expo up right now. So I'm running up that hill, and he knows this. So he's shadow melding really fast. So I'm like, okay, cool. He's not here. So he's still shadow melding. Cast a scroll of protection, and he's like, hey, surprise, dude. Here I am. Level 6 Priestess of the Moon. Now you're probably thinking, why doesn't he cast the Starfall? Well, if he did, I would just focus fire on his Priestess of the Moon. It would die, and he'd be forced to cast the lesser invulnerability pot. But anyways, he's so busy microing right now, he's probably not even paying attention to that, or whatever. You know, I don't know. So anyways, as for myself, I'm just focusing down as many huntresses as possible. Come on, mana burn that. So I'm not mana burning that Priestess. I guess I'm trying to micro too. Anyways, Drunken Haze going off, Huntresses are going down, Archers are going down, my whole army's practically gone. All I have left is 2 Archers and 2 Heroes. He only has those Glaive Throwers, a couple almost dead. Huntress. Okay, so anyways, I'm just trying to kill those 2, trying to focus down his hero. I pass off the invulnerability potion to my Panda Brewmasters. I notice he's getting focused on. Actually, he already had one on there, never mind. So anyways, bad idea for me to chase that Huntress down. So, bad idea for me even being in this base, period, but live and learn. So anyways, I'm going to kill that Huntress. I've noticed his Priestess of the Moon is really low on hit points, and his glaive throwers are kind of sticking out there, so I do something stupid, which is run into his base. And if you haven't noticed, Smurfette's base position is excellent. I mean, look at his base, it's so compact. I mean, he can run in and run out and, you know, defend his base really nice. So that's something I learned from this game, is some decent base placement. Even though mine's pretty good, I like the openness of my base, so I can just run in and run out when needed. I don't like this clutter and stuff, but as you can see, this is really nice. I might even adapt this. Well, I'm just trying to dodge glaives right now, so it's daytime again, so I can kill this Priestess. So I mana burn the Priestess. I see my health is pretty nice. I see she's about ready to die, so I burn the invulnerability potion. Unfortunately for me, two unfortunates for me. Number one, I don't have a town portal scroll, and number two, I didn't notice that Priestess of the Moon had a invulnerability pot on her, so I was kind of like, oh damn, you know, I didn't notice that. So I'm kind of sandwiched in here, as you can see. I'm like, oh, I can't get out. I'm gonna have to kill this thing. So I kill the glaive thrower, and I run out. Whack! I'm dead. So I lost my level 5 demon hunter, and he just stabbed himself in the chest. It's like a double kill, I guess. Anyways, so the Priestess of the Moon, level 6. Unfortunately, for him, I have an expansion up, and he doesn't have any gold at all, and my panda's on his way back, and I'm pumping units out again. So at this point, it would be really hard for him to win a game with a Priestess of the Moon only. So pretty much, that's game right there. So he's going to type GG and leave when he discovers I have a tree. So, well, anyways, basically a few things I could have done better. I could have not ran my army into his base like that, maybe capitalized on the advantage of my my expansion. Second thing I could have done was try not to get creepjacked like that. One time I did when I lost my whole army practically when he surrounded me. It'd be a good idea to keep a good watch out and keep some scout wisps out there. It's always a good idea to have the scout wisp. So I would have noticed that he was going to run his mass huntress into my base, take out my whole tree. Those are a couple things I could have done pretty good. As for Smurfette, you know, I guess really the only thing he could have done better was to not run his whole army. As you saw at the end of the game, he was pretty pissed off that he ran his army into my base like that and lost a lot more than he should have. Then again, you know, you never know how a game like this can turn out. I'm pretty sure he knows what he can improve on, which is not much. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the commentary. Glad you guys can see a new Night Elf versus Night Elf strategy. Seeing the standard Priestess of the Moon, Mass Huntress deal, you know, I was really tired of that. I want to try something new, so maybe you guys can get out there and try this strategy out. If most of you guys are thinking, well, what about a non-tavern map and you can't get the Panda Brewmaster? Well, you can go ahead and try a Keeper of the Grove. That's what I do on non-tavern maps, is just get a Keeper of the Grove with Entangle and Treants as a second, and get the Nature's upgrade, a Nature's Blessing upgrade, so that your Treants move faster and have better armor and act as a nice little meat shield. So you can do that. Generally in a non-tavern map, I do I do Demon Hunter, Priestess of the Moon strategy with the mass hunts. I do the Cecil. So, anyways, guys, you guys go ahead and take care. Glad you enjoyed the commentary. Look forward to doing another one pretty soon. Alright, take care. Peace.